Hello again. So we were speaking about data that comes from Stats SA. We spoke about the fact that they have various economic indicators which they publish, as well as demographic information, and then some information about households, firms, industry, labor, etc., etc. And we were about to discuss something about households. What we see is that in the household and consumption expenditure surveys that they did, this is also I think about 2009, but if you look at the more recent data, it's not as colorful and it hasn't changed by much. What we see is that households in South Africa spend a large chunk of their income on housing, water and electricity, basically living expenses, with the next highest proportion being transport. And only after that do we actually get to food and drink. So a lot of our income is spent on just just living and then surviving as well. 23, 53, 60, almost 70% of the income just on basically surviving, with a little bit more income spent on 2% of our income spent on education. But that is because the government offers a large amount of free education. Whether it's good or not is another question. Okay, and where do we get income from as households? Most of it comes from our labor. Income from work, 74%. A few lucky people get income from the capital that they own, but that's a tiny little pink sliver over here. And a large chunk getting social insurance and grants. A couple of pensioners over here as well. 6% of the population living off the government. It's quite high. And what does our income distribution look like? Well, here we've got income deciles. In other words, we're looking at percentages. The top 10% of the population earning over 50% of the income in South Africa. The top 30% of our population earning nearly 80%. So, pretty large inequality. Not the worst in the world, but pretty substantial. And the more recent data just shows that that has not improved.